What's going on, all you gamers? Today I'm going to be going over the patch notes and what adjustments they've made to Anvil Vault Breakers. So if you want to know the good, the bad and the ugly, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. As always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon? I'll bring you all the latest and greatest in gaming, hints, tips, guides and builds, and just some fun gameplay and reviews of upcoming games. But for today I'm here to tell you the adjustments they've made, and I think they're definitely needed for Anvil Vault Breakers. Also, stick around till the end because there's a nice little bonus where you can knit yourself a new code to get 1000 Crons and put it towards a breaker of your choice, or whatever you want to spend it on. So, as you may have guessed from the thumbnail, today they've released a really nice update for Anvil that I believe is a massive step in the right direction. It's buffed a few of the actual characters that weren't quite performing as they should have been doing, they've added a new relic, and they've also made quite a few adjustments, one of which I really liked to the user interface, which was the health bar and things such as that. It just makes it look cleaner, you can tell the damage is better, and some of the fixes were really needed. So let's crack on. So the December update details: improvements to sudden deaths. This one right here is one of my main ones. I often had it when my game would pause, unpause, I had no idea I had died, what I'd done wrong. It happened very frequently, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped playing a little bit of single player, because it was a bit annoying, especially on the last boss or anywhere when you put a bit of time in. So, changes to laser attack patterns application. The amount of damage received to the initial hit has decreased, but now additionally supplied damage over time. 0.1 second invulnerability after knockback has been added. So, invulnerability period added to ensure no sudden death occurs while standing back up after knockback. I'm pretty sure this was a big thing against probably the armoured armadillo boss was the main one, but there's a few in there. This will definitely make the game a lot more playable. Attack increased depending on the number of players in game has been reduced. Check for galaxy balance changes. Fix slight delay that occurred before death due to death effects taking place. That right there, I'm sure that's what I'm talking about. It was an absolute nightmare. I've got to obviously play a little bit more to make sure it has happened, but if they have taken that out, it will make the game much more playable in my eyes, because I'd really like to know how it fell over sometimes. Improvement to hit effects and feedback. Breaker HB gauge can now be seen more clearly, and it really can. It looks much cleaner. The UI in general is just a massive improvement. Sound effect added when breakers are hit. Camera shake added for auto attacks. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like camera shake much, so I might turn that off if it's possible. Sound effects are added when enemies are hit. Damage heads up display effect added when enemies are hit. You can tell that the numbers are massive now, you can really see what's registering. And pushback effect added when enemies are hit. All of those are really nice significant improvements. So onto the adjustment of the breakers. Jungler enhancement. Jungler was definitely struggling. I did a rank list recently and put him dead last, so I'm really glad they've made a few adjustments and buffs. So overall increase to skill power. Now easier to synergize skills to increase damage, allowing for more interesting gameplay. His explosive mine, crossfire, basic damage increased by 20%. Skill upgrade explosive mine from 300% to 500%. That's absolutely massive increase to damage. Skill upgrade for explosive mine, burn effect increased by 2 times in duration and damage. Additional effect of damage to burned targets increased by 100% for 10 seconds on use. They have definitely upgraded this fella, especially his mines, which I'm guessing they knew were a little bit on the not very good side, should we say. Skill upgrade explosive mine creates a decoy. Additional effect, now increase all skill power by 50% for 10 seconds. Right, that's a big game changer. His explosive mines might actually be worth using there, and it will count as a kind of distraction, which is nice, and do massive damage. That could really be good if it lures them towards it, because they were quite hard to hit with. His skill upgrade crossfire. Skill power increased by 50 up to 200%, which again, massive increase. Skill upgrade crossfire, increased damage to burn target by 100%. Increase all skill power by 100%. They definitely gave him a big upgrade. I'll have to see how this trailer works out now, but that definitely seems like a step in the right direction and well worth a try. And next up we've got Sandman enhancements. The basic slow dash now has additional effects of petrification. Sandman can now have more stability in fighting enemies and can easily access petrification system. Additionally, skill upgrades allow easier weapon power increase, allowing for easier weapon power build up. His slow dash petrifies all colliding enemies. That could be quite nice. He was a little bit underpowered with his dash, so hopefully that helps a bit. His skill upgrade, Tornado Grenade, petrifies targets on hit and now gives additional 50% weapon power for 10 seconds. His Tornado Grenade upgrade again increases radius and duration by 100%, additionally increases damage inflicted on enemies within radius by 25%. His skill upgrade, Sand Sniper Shot, increases damage to petrified targets by 100% and additionally increases weapon power by 50%. They're definitely going the weapon power route with this guy. You're going to be close range using that shotty and hopefully he can do a significant amount of damage with it now. His skill upgrade, Power Shield, increase effect and duration by 2 times. It needed a buff. It was on such a high cooldown and just didn't cut it. I think that's really nice that they've looked into that. Additionally grants 2 times weapon power. That again is massive. That's really good. And this guy looks like he's going to be the guy to pick if you want to do some crazy weapon damage. Skill upgrade, Slow Dash petrifies enemies in path. Since petrification is now a base skill effect, this upgrade changes immediately to refill magazine and increase skill power by 5 seconds. Doesn't actually say how much it increases by. Maybe I'm reading that a little bit wrong, but it looks like you're going to increase it by a certain amount for 5 seconds. Skill upgrade, Slow Dash, summons petrifying sand tornadoes on perfect dodge. Sand tornado increase in size and critical increase by 50% for 10 seconds. Definitely a nice little upgrade to this fella. Again, we'll have to see how it works in game, but he definitely looks like he's going to do some crazy damage with that shotgun and maybe a force to be reckoned with now. Jumping over to the relics, and this one's going to hurt because I'm obviously a lightning main, my favourite class. I jumped on this morning. He's, in my eyes, I don't think he's doing anywhere near as much damage. Let me know in the comments if you think the same. Obviously they've had to adjust a few things because he was the kind of go-to character for DPS. But the relics, explosion scope bug fix. Fixed where damage applied was based off target attack power instead of breaker attack power. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's why that was doing such a big boomstick damage. And now it means that we're just gonna absolutely probably have to take that off. So it previously dealt a lot more damage the stronger the enemy was, which made the bosses very easy with the right build, with things such as, obviously like I said, lightning. Enhancements to explosion scope, 1% chance to apply 1000% up to 2000% of breakers attackers damage. Again, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let me know in the comments because I didn't try them for too long, but when I did, I found my build nowhere near as strong. Build fix to defense suit of retaliation. At my other one, my go-to, I'm definitely glad I waited before I brought out my lightning build because it seems like we're gonna have some big adjustments. Attack damage from relic effect is now applied to final attack power instead of base attack power. Oof, again, maybe one you want to take off now. We'll have to see in game, but it definitely looks like that's had an adjustment and not for the better. Relic buff, King of Hearts, now needs 20 or more relics in possession from 30, which is good because I pretty much never had 30, it was way too many to aim for. Now you may want to pick that one up. Heal scope from stack 3 now has 1% chance to apply 500% to 1000% of breaker attack power as damage, which is good because nobody picked that up in the first place, but again that damage probably isn't as significant as you think, so I don't know if people will be trying it. It may be one to have a look at. Explosion Defender, deal 2000% up to 3000% now of attack power to nearby enemies when receiving knockback. Again, I'd have to see how that was. I'd imagine it'd only be for the tankier classes if you are getting knocked around a little bit, but I don't think that's one that people will look into much, but again it may be something to try just to see how that works out in game. Also, we've got a new relic. Lightweight magazine has been added. 5-stack relic that increases attack speed, base effect of increasing 15% attack speed, additional effect from 3rd stack to 5th is weapon power increases by 30, 60 and finally 90%. This one could be really nice on weapon builds then. Lightweight magazine makes hit based weapons more powerful and synergizes well with hit on effect relics, and relics like the infinite magazine supports attack ability of shooter and technician type breakers. Definitely one I want to try it then. We could chuck that in with a few of the other fast mags, meaning you could do some really fast DPS with your guns. Next up, we've got description for ammo based relics has been added. Application status on melee and cannon type weapons clearly stated. Negative effects on relics now have a different colour. For example, a relic that caps max HP at 30% now will emphasise that in a big red colour, easy to see, and it means you're not going to pick up anything that's going to completely screw your build up, because you're going to know that because it's red rather than green, and that's actually a really good thing, especially for the newer players. Changes to relic icons, close range defense suit changes to defense suit icons, special charge module changes to skill core icon, greaves, speed up greaves changes to greave icons. All it is, they've made them look prettier when you're picking them up, the actual design of them has changed. Changes to the ordering of relics with similar abilities and they're easier to see. And galaxy balance, all enemy HP bar decreased by 20% in single player mode. That's really nice, that could definitely help to get a few people through. And enemy attack power decreased by 20% in the first Galaxy Cerny for 2-player mode. Enemy attack power decreased by 30% in Symphonia for 3-player mode, which will make it quite a bit easier to get through that actually. You'll have a lot more people competing in it now and they'll find it a bit more fun, because a lot of people were getting absolutely smashed around in that one. Improvements to alert level system. The range and duration of black hole skill by an alert level monster has decreased, which is great because that was annoying as heck on some of the breakers. Human shaped alert level, monster skill cooldown motion and tracking time is shorter, easier to see and dodge. Again, much needed, really nice to see that chucked in. And jumping over to convenient features that have been added. When a planet is cleared, fallen players are now automatically revived. That's really good because it means sometimes you just couldn't get what you wanted out of the shop when you really wanted it. This will definitely help on those bosses. You can check galaxy progress in your stat display. You can also check in the multiplayer lobby to see the final boss beforehand and choose your breakers. Changes to the default ping button location. The minus has been changed to a plus button since many players were pinging by mistake during fights. You can press the tab by the lobby to check breaker stats. That's really good because before you had to be in game, and I actually had a friend that didn't know it actually existed, and that's why his build was a little bit on the naff side. Effects of returning to lobby changed to be less of an eye strain. Bug fixes. Improvements to frame drops in Xbox Series S. Fix to galaxies being locked when the previous galaxy is cleared, with a friend invite now automatically unlocks galaxies if you previously galaxy is cleared with a friend. Changes to the algorithm for relic chants, now easier to create the build you want, so they must be given out. Maybe a few of them weren't proccing how they should be. I think I know 1 or 2 of those, so hopefully that means they've all got the same kind of chants now. Fix where boss warning would not pop up in the jungle map. Fixed to translation errors. Fixed where jungler portrait would be on Sandman achievements. I didn't know about that one, that's quite fun to see. Improvements where many projectiles could not be easily seen on the tundra maps. The ranking has also been reset entirely, and this intended to give a fair start to users who did or did not take advantage of the relic bugs. Anti-hack program has been applied. If there is hacked data, the game could be rolled back to the previous data. Players using hack tools can be restricted from matchmaking, which is good because on any kind of ranking game that kind of sucks. Cheat programs, trainers and other data manipulation attempts can lead to players being detected as hack users and can be restricted from multiplayer mode without notice. Again, really good. If they want to do it on their own, that's completely them, but it shouldn't affect the leaderboards and stuff because then others have absolutely zero chance. Change difficulty applied to Steam demo version, player mode difficulty lowered, jungler enhancement applied. Demo can now be enjoyed with a lighter heart than before. So as you can see, they've tried to make the game a little bit more playable, and I think they've definitely got a step in the right direction with this. Hopefully there's more to come, and I'd love to see what other breakers they've got in the works, and of course what other content later on down the line. But all in all, I'd say there's a massive adjustment and really heading in the right direction. It's good to see. Now, like I said, sticking around will definitely help a few of you out because they've added another 1000 Cron to the list. So you can grab yourself 1000 Cron nice and easy just by entering in this code. And that's because when people were adding this game to their wish list on Steam, meaning it's a game to kind of look out for, then they were unlocking these perks. As you can see, they've done the 10k, 20k, all the way up to 100k at the moment. Now, I've got a guide out already, so look on my channel if you haven't already got some of these, because I've chucked all the codes on one of my older videos. But this is the latest code, so if you want to grab yourself an extra 1000 Cron, then you're going to want to chuck this one in that I'm going to put on the screen right now. Hopefully you'll net yourself something nice, put it towards either a worker or one of the breakers that you haven't unlocked yet, but it should definitely help you to get where you need to go and to have a bit of fun with the game. As always, all you guys and girls, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, take care. I'll see you on the next day.